Hi everyone, thanks for joining our meeting. So this week I'm gonna show you like which things I have worked on. So previously we were like connecting with the robot via Raspberry Pi, like via virtual cloud system. We were like entering into the Raspberry Pi and then connecting with the wheels and with the motors, and by that it was connecting. But this week I have set up some sort of like server in the Raspberry Pi, and our client is like the laptop, so we are connecting with the Raspberry Pi via client server system. So this way we don't have to go every time inside the Raspberry Pi. We just have to send the packets or like connecting our client with the server. It's simple. It's a simple thing. Like here our Raspberry Pi is like already on. As soon as the Raspberry Pi is turned on, the system automatically turned on the server files, so the server is on and we just have to connect our laptop or the client with the server. So as you can see, like we are connected with the robot, and yeah, we just have to use the arrow keys to move the robot like forward, backward, and the sideways. And also like previous week we didn't set up the configuration of like the sideways movement, and this week we can like also move our robot in the sideways too. And the other thing that we have like worked on, like we use the cube type of thing to detect the position of our robot. And the special thing about this cube is like we are having some sort of QR codes. It's called arco markers. We can have these arco markers on the four sides of the cube, and via camera we can like detect where our cube is, and this is how we can like determine the position of our robot. And previously I was like trying to find the position of robot using the same arco marker, like having the same pattern on every side of the cube, but that way we didn't able to figure out like what's the position or what's the angle of our robot. But this week I experimented like using different arco markers, like every marker is different on every four sides. So this way when some specific arco marker is facing the camera, we are able to know that whether our robot is facing front or back, left or right, and that way we can like set up the position of our robot in the canvas. So if we can like see the video, like here our camera is like detecting the cube's pattern, and you can see like the ID one. Every arco marker is like having the ID inside it, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and by those IDs we can like find at which is the angle of our robot. Like if our robot is like moving forward, like in the video, like here, we can like trace the trajectory of the whole robot in the canvas. And as you can see, like the robot is like at the right, our right ID is visible, so this means like our robot is facing in the right direction. And you can also like see the pointer in the canvas, like where our robot is facing. So yeah, by using like this cube type of thing, we can like detect the position and the angle of our robot. So yesterday I was like working with the Raspberry Pi stuff, and the thing that happened was like the Raspberry Pi was like getting overheated, and I think it's because of some of the short circuit that happened, because I was like powering up the motors via Raspberry Pi, because it's not a good practice. We are like thinking to use some external source still. So yeah, so now we are using the other Pi. We are not using the one that is like heating, and we are now like thinking to use some of the heat sinks and the power or some fans to cool down our Raspberry Pi. So yeah.